What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to GB3 Studios, and of course, welcome to your virtual event checklist. I'm your instructor, Garrin Bulani. In this seminar, I'm going to be walking you through step-by-step the theory and the implementation of becoming virtually professional. I've been in sales for over a decade, and over 2 years ago, I had to reconstruct the way I conducted business on a day-to-day basis. I've always taken pride in my professionalism and providing my clients and my consumers with an experience that I knew they were not getting from my competitors. And this is where intro to video and intro to virtual professionalism happened. 2 years later, I put myself in a position where I sold 130% over budget in a pandemic year. And I've been teaching corporations and individuals how they can implement this same proven strategy on their day-to-day basis when implementing video for cold calling outreach, account management, customer service, live streaming, video outreach. There is so many possibilities and capabilities for yourself in the virtual world. However, many are unable to succeed and break through this market because they don't look professional. They look like they just opened up their laptop and started making cold calling. And the reason why many don't like the virtual world and virtual events is because the experience is not enjoyable. This seminar, I'm going to be telling you and teaching you how we can synchronize face-to-face communication as close as possible, as if we were in the exact same room. I'm the founder of a company called Micro Studio. Micro Studio is a podcast in a bag. So when it's time to go, ladies and gentlemen, all you need to do is grab your Micro Studio. We have starter kits that's going to give you the exact equipment that you need when going through this presentation. However, I want you to know this training is not going to be talking to you exactly about what equipment you need. This is going to be giving you the theory and the implementation. So no matter what equipment you have, you can use these same strategies that I use on a day-to-day basis to help you become virtually professional. I want to welcome you to GB3 Studios. This is 2 years of reinvesting into myself. Welcome here. And this is because I've had so much success with video and video outreach that I wanted to put myself in a position where I can train and I can teach others this exact same methodology, but I didn't want to do it like everybody else. I wanted to separate myself as a sales trainer from every other sales trainer that you see on the market today. And this is what you're going to get throughout this whole training. You're going to get a better understanding of the quality that I bring for my clientele and a little bit of the energy that I bring as a sales trainer. So you'll notice here, we got sweet baby Juno. Juno's my little office manager. She's a little sweetheart. She's with me all the time. And if you watch my live streams and exclusive seminars, you'll be able to get recognized and really enjoy Juno's company as I do also. So welcome to the studio. Sit back, relax. You can see in the guest chair, this is a Micro Studio. Again, Micro Studio. It's a podcast in a bag. This is giving you as a remote producer, a traveling professional, an opportunity to take all this equipment that we've been given over the last 2 years and put it in a nice, compactable, protective case so you don't have to worry about your newest investment getting damaged when you're traveling around. So before we get into this, I obviously want to talk to you about what virtual professionalism means to me. Virtual professionalism means showing up the way I would expect to in video or as if I was in a boardroom meeting. I take pride in my personal brand, and I want to teach everybody that you should take pride in your personal brand too, because it's going to open up more doors for you than you ever thought imaginable. Many enjoy Zoom meetings with me. Many tell me how much of an enjoyable experience working with me in a virtual setting is. And that's put me in a position where I can not only shorten my sales cycles, I can conduct more meetings. I don't have to spend so much more windshield time traveling from meeting to meeting. And yes, if I get a no-show on the appointments, I don't feel like my time has been wasted. I want everybody to understand, virtual professionalism to me has 3 pillars. And before we get into these 3 pillars, I want to go down to, let's go to the coach's corner, and I'm going to walk you through these actual 3 pillars. So welcome over here. Welcome to the coach's corner. So of course I've written this down here. Virtual professionalism has 3 pillars. And by the end of this course and by the end of this whole virtual seminar, you're going to be able to understand and master these 3 pillars, and you're going to be able to implement these 3 pillars every single meeting that you go into, so you can wow your clients, you can separate yourself from your competitors, and you can start winning more deals. Yes, that's right. So virtual professionalism has 3 pillars. The very first pillar that I'm going to be going into is audio. If you're able to understand audio, you do have one of the 3 pillars to virtual professionalism. Now listen, you need to understand and master all 3, because what happens with the tripod if one leg is a little bit weaker than the other ones? You get a little wobbly, right? So it's important. This seminar is going to teach you the foundation you need to know to ensure that your tripod is sturdy and firm and is not going anywhere. So the first one is audio. The second one I want to talk to everybody about is visual. So clear, you can see a diamond in your tooth. That's how clear we want to present ourselves to our clientele. So we have audio, we have visual, and the last tripod is, of course, lighting. There we have it, the 3 pillars. We got audio, visual, and lighting, and this is exactly what this seminar is going to teach you, all about that, and we're going to get into it. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, let's switch you back over here. Make sure you write it down, because we're going to be diving you into this. We have a 2-part series with this seminar. We're going to do it up here in GB3 Studios, where I'm going to teach you a lot of the theoretical of why we do this and why this is such an important factor. And then we're actually going to go down to the kitchen table to start the implementation process. And the reason why I want to do that is because 5 years ago, as an outside sales executive, I started at the kitchen table. Every single day I would pack up and I would unpack my workstation and set it up at the kitchen table. And because of that commitment and that dedication, that gave me an opportunity where I can invest in a home studio, where I can conduct these trainings on a day-to-day basis. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to your virtual sales checklist, your virtual event checklist. I'm your instructor, Garrin Bulani. And of course, what we're going to be doing in this virtual event checklist is you've been given a PDF of your virtual event checklist. And if you do enjoy this seminar, and by the end of this seminar, if you would like a hard copy of your virtual event checklist, feel free to send an email to info@garrinbulani.com, and I will be sure to have my team send you this exact same virtual event checklist. We will print it off for you as a hard copy. It'll be laminated, and of course, it's going to come in a beautiful case for you to ensure you can take this on the go. And you can put this also in your micro studio. So this is how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. What is the virtual event checklist, you ask? Well, that's a really, really good question. We'll get into it. So this whole seminar is going to be talking you through 10 steps. These 10 steps, and not in any particular order: physical appearance. Many don't like going on video because they don't feel confident with how they look, and that's okay. And we're going to teach you some methodologies and some strategies that you can start to implement so you can highlight features you're comfortable with, low light features you maybe not be so comfortable with. So when you go into your virtual meetings, you know how you look and you can focus on the client, and you don't have to keep staring at yourself anymore, right? So we're going to go through physical appearance, of course, confirming the internet connection. When you work in the virtual world, this is extremely important to understand and what things to look for when you're preparing for your meeting on the internet connection. And of course, confirming your power and battery. You can only go so far if you don't have enough power and battery. So confirming that before you go into the meetings. And of course, we're going to be talking to you about camera settings with your intro starter kit of your micro studio kit. There are going to be simple factors as far as settings that you can go into. However, if you are wanting to invest in the more advanced micro studio setups, there will be digital courses and trainings provided for you to ensure that your camera settings are right. You can also have our team at Micro Studio pre-configure these settings for you, so when it arrives at your house, your camera is all ready to go. So confirming camera settings, audio settings, right? Virtual professionalism. We got audio, we got visual, of course. Then we're going to be going into lighting, confirming lighting, how to implement lighting on a day-to-day basis in any situation. If you have natural light, if you have artificial light. More light does not mean a better picture, but we'll get into that. And of course, we're going to talk to you about your background settings, what you need to look for when setting up the background if you're not in a position where you can have a green screen like you're seeing behind me today. And of course, after we confirm that, confirming your platform. There's so many event platforms that we can dive into, and it's your duty as a virtual professional to understand these platforms, how to use them effectively, so your clients and your audience are having an enjoyable experience. After we understand your platform, background noise. Working from home is hard. Listening to background noise in a virtual meeting is harder. We're going to talk to you about things that you need to talk about to your audience and clients if you are going to experience any sort of background noise, and some strategies of what we can implement to avoid these embarrassing moments of the background noise. And of course, your event planner. No matter if you're going to a virtual meeting, a live seminar, a live stream, you will be provided with an event planner. And of course, when you have your virtual event checklist, you will be provided with your event show notes, so you can take notes and make sure that when you go into your meetings, you have all of your notes ready, everything good to go. So when you're running your show, it's just a matter of having a couple quick reminders. And then of course, you can go into that later on. I'm very, very excited for this. And this is your virtual event checklist. Now, before we dive into this in GB3 Studios, I'm going to send you down to the kitchen. We're going to talk to you a little bit more about Micro Studio, how we're going to assemble things. And then what we're going to do is after that, we're going to get you come back up, and then we're going to dive into confirming your power and battery. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited. Welcome to your virtual event checklist. I'm your instructor, Garrin Bulani. Let's get into it. I'm going to get ready. We'll send you downstairs, and we'll see you in a little bit here. Talk to you soon.